late in this first half.
And that was deep. No zone in the world is going to cover that.
Yeah, that's NBA range right there.
Program record 28 wins this season for the Yankees. They go inside 2-0.
Evening, watching practice yesterday, Andy Enfield was adamant that you're not going to let Motley beat them. Every time he catches the ball down low, they want him to see traffic, make him a passer.
But you can tell the character of that North Carolina Central defense came out aggressive and really thwarted UC Davis trying to go to Manecki.
Benton. Rice Barrel? Yes, that is a Denver Lake. Couple of ACL tears. He's a sixth-year senior.
Didn't look like it on that play.
No, it did not at all. What a physique on that kid. That is Benton.
Только что. Ну, хотя нет, уже не только что, уже 14 подборов он собрал в этом матче, а 10 очков у него как было после первой половины, так и осталось.
They're doing a good job of walling up and contesting shots. That was a very difficult shot there by Walton.
They get it into Bell. One-on-one with Wagner.
What a move.
Attention to detail on the trail threes. They are trying to front Isaac Haas. He said it might not look at it like it, but that is the plan, and they have to get defensive stops to get their transition.
First half, but he's got to be aggressive for 20 minutes in this second half.
8 points in the game now from Morris. 4 assists, no turnovers. For the nation's leader, again assisted turnover.
Нотр-Дама на первую половину этого матча может стать ситуация, при которой они не будут проигрывать много. Мейкон забил.
In my house either, so 8 offensive rebounds alley is really a problem when you think about it from the standpoint of
That's a very good philosophy of life, by the
way. Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
Holders have been coming out to really pressure defensively on the perimeter, so Notre Dame collectively has to put the ball on the floor and go. Foul.
Тем временем Вичита начинает работу.
Adebayo has not attempted a shot from the field. He's back out on the court for Kentucky.
That was him. Right now it's an ugly game, which you'd think would favor Wichita State.
Morris, other side for 2 more. Grant yesterday.
Had to connect the two yesterday.
Shaquille Morris sent a message to the big man.
How about that? There you go.
Батчи Смит это делает Чарльз Кук. Попадает он издали. Ой-ой-ой.
35-1 record Gonzaga's put on the line. Looking for win number 36. Wide open inside. Tyree.
We keep guys fresh. He just moved 2 new players in during that break. Makira down low. Running their sets. Not the case for Florida State. It's been ragged. Underneath. Oh, Mara, the ball strike in the bucket.
Well, one of the reasons, Kevin, they're not pulling away is they keep throwing the ball out the door. They've got those 5 turnovers.
Which is something that Tom Izzo even talked about coming out of the half. They have to be happy with that one.
Here they go with it.
Improve the defensive intensity. Let's see if it plays out that way.
Nice. Wando, a two-handed chance to stay with a lead. And the ball. Kansas State has made their last 7 field goals, make it 8. Conference all-defensive team this year. Top 10 in the conference in steals and playing mostly in the front court. Good pass, nice hang by...
A jump shot and taking it all the way to the basket.
As Reggie had pointed out, Casey Benson has checked in. Great feed off that baseline untouched.
Big Ten since Rudy Tomjanovich at Michigan 47 years ago. Edwards dunks it down.
Cover it, the news media. Yeah. So 12-point lead now for Gonzaga. Nice cut, and the finish is not...
6 made threes from Butler. That was a strength for Winthrop defending the 3. Opponents only shoot 31% from 3-point against them all year.
Look at the ball reversal by Butler.
With 5 to shoot.
Однако все равно это все впрок пошло Вичите.
Так, с кучи Смит. Смит бежит под кольцо.
Through the paint, get your bigs post touches, get on the glass for second shots. You're more likely to put the opponent in foul-prone situations.
22-14, Florida. Remember, Clemmer's on the bench with the 2 fouls for East Tennessee State. Nice.
And Coach Forbes is hard on him as any player he's ever coached, but he responds to the tough love.
And Forbes said, I have a similar story to most of the players on this roster. It's all about perseverance inside.
20+ for the sophomore out of LA.
And Smitty, I agree with you that you can't get carried away with the exuberance of trying to come back. You still have to have a focus on what you're trying to do. Take good shots.
The tournament. Let's see if they get the ball to Burton right at the elbow. There he is.
Don't forget, too, Thomas has been a little quiet in this stretch. They haven't even needed him.
Burton attacking Swanigan. I like Swanigan going over his left shoulder on the right side of the floor. Morris sets it up. Into Burton again. There's a foul. Before it's shot.
A while, and they have not played that much over the last, week and a half. So this is good to kind of get their legs stretched and.
Oh, what a pass!
Dragon shot.
Pinson slaps the floor.
Nice pass.
Briscoe whips it over to Humphries. 2 more. He's at.
I've heard guys say the same thing. Maybe not as big across the top, but he's going to be a big impact guy. Nice cut.
Backdoor for Briscoe.
And that
has been his strong suit.
He said he never really thought about defense.
Never thought about defense until he came to Kentucky.
Fox said he's always loved playing defense. Here he is giving it up.
Pretty. Dude, aren't they? With the officials.
Briscoe. Followed up for his first.
It could be dangerous. There's that little horn set they like to use. Pin downs.
Briscoe.
Pretty dish.
Good job getting that one. Adebayo, no foul.
But on this end, Kentucky out of rhythm here these last 3 minutes.
Monk.
No good.
Tapped around.
Give it. Let's see if it.
Monk to tie it. Oh, impossible shot.
That's so chosen.
It'll be a 1-1. Late 12-0 run. To Fox. Got the 3.
What a find by Briscoe.
Dingadell to inbound with 23 seconds. It's out to Mitchell. Takes the shot, drives in, and
allows him to use his teammate as a screener to free himself up for that shot, and a good delivery as well.
Rainbow 3 for Blewett. Trimble can't answer.
That zone in a variety of ways.
Maryland won a bunch of close games this season. 10 games by 6 points or less. Up top, Herder with the...
В сезоне-то действительно не так много шансов, как нам кажется. Все-таки 5 очков — это не самая большая результативность. У парня 4 броска за игру. И вот он этими бросками пользуется. 6 очков. Трешка Уэлтона совершенно номеров посева среднезападного региона. И это сражение двух команд, которые, в общем-то, по философии своей сопоставимы. То есть обе они неплохо играют в атаке, не так уж и здорово играют в защите. И это, собственно, и было показано в первой половине, когда 42 набрал, то есть 40 набрала Оклахома Стейт, сейчас она впереди. С этой ролью не справляется совершенно. А Уолтон, напротив, проводит свой лучший бросковый год в карьере. Забивает все и 2-очковые, и 3-очковые. И оставляет о себе очень приятное впечатление. Так что будущим профессионалом он, скорее всего, будет. Уолтон лезет под щит. Скидка на дугу. Зак Ирвин.
Overload, ball reversal, turn down.
A lot of switching done by Louisville. They're
automatic, and you got to make him pay on the rotations.
Wilson. Wow. Left-hander.
I think we need to start up a shooting clamp. Some of the shots and from both of these teams, it's almost head-scratching here.
It's faked by Wilson. Nice feed inside Irvin.
Nice.
Top of his game.
Yeah, just 1 of 11 from the field, but as you said, 5 assists, no turnovers, 6 rebounds. They've added Duncan Robinson to the lineup. As Wagner trying to show it from the outside.
And Mahmoud just put his head down. He said,
basket as much as Michigan. They get almost 40% of their offense from behind the arc. A little more than 2 minutes gone and 2 turnovers already by the Ducks. Michigan at 26 and 11. Wilson, 3. What a strike.
That was frightening, yes. Jumper, 3.
Along with his 5 brothers, and it's been hard on him emotionally not to see them since he was 13, but he knows next year, for his senior year, they are coming out to watch.
Kind of quieted down, but he's got their high in points, 10, 5 of 6 from the field. First points for Monecki, the redshirt junior from Australia, since the 13-35 mark with his ex-teammates.
Lamar came into this game really hot in the Big West tourney, averaged 20 points a game, 45% from the field.
You can see over the defense, Snyder and also Graham, they're not penetrating, laying the gaps. They're just trying to throw it around. You got to have somebody with some size and willing to get into the gaps to break down this 1-3-1.
Pretty spin move by Graf off the hand.
Well, you don't see it much in college basketball. Syracuse plays it, we know that, and certainly Scott Drew plays it here for Baylor. There's a long-range shot. That is down.
Following the timeout, Gonzaga has now turned it over 3 straight times. Law, corner 3. It's good. After the Wildcats have shot just 32% and 1 of 11 from deep. McIntosh gets to the Gonzaga, just pushing Northwestern around here in the first half.
Well, he took the right shoulder away and he went the other way.
Team in the Big Ten defensively. The second half playing much better defensively. McIntosh driving, kicks to Lumpkin, who comes right into the paint, blocked by Collins. Last 11 points for Gonzaga have come from their bench. And a whistle and a foul, and that sends Northwestern. McIntosh spinning, hands off for Benson for the dunk. Turnovers this half, just 1 for Northwestern. McIntosh over to Law for 3, and he drains another. That's the 4th.
Not afford to have him in foul trouble. He's been scoring well, too. And when he scores well, this Michigan team is really, really good. And it's across the lane.
That has been just so good in the Pac-12 the last couple of years. This is Ennis, their 6th-year senior, absorbing contact.
Casey Benson is in. And Bell's got it. Approaching 4 to play. Dorsey catches, fires, knocks it in.
I scratched that off. These are 2 guys that just want to compete at the highest level.
Oregon looking for a little bit better ball movement. You'd like Brooks or Dorsey to be taking the shot at the end of the shot clock, but you'd like a little more ball movement. Shot clock at 3.
Name it, the National Player of the Year, Mason has it.
He has hit the last 12 points for Kansas. Oregon has gone 8 of the last 9. 9 of 10. Get rolling. Here's Bell. He almost has as many rebounds as the entire Kansas team. 3.
Был не тайм-аут, а судьи пересматривали эпизод, чтобы понять, сколько времени осталось. Трешка! Как был близок к тому, чтобы забить. Один из тигров мимо, но была добавка. Тайм-аут успевает взять.
Popovich went through Kansas. R.C. Buford, the Spurs general manager, was an assistant coach. Self, John Calipari was a graduate assistant. Thompson, a 3 for Purdue.
Much needed.
A lot of points in the paint. USC was down by 17 points in the second half. A much bigger contribution from him in the second half in terms of putting points on the board. SMU started 12 of 17. They've gone 4 of 21 since. Omelagou.
Look who's trying to guard him. McLaughlin, the smallest player on the floor.
Oh, what a switch right there. Brown tries to drive and gets it.
He needs to stay out of the corner with his size. It's easy for the bigs to trap him, hard for him to see over.
Thornwell and Silva have been the go-to players. And here's Thornwell getting himself inside. Foul.
In the first half for Gonzaga, they've hit 4 here in the second half. Dom will shoot from deep.
Down, and now North Carolina down 3 with the ball.
Let me give one more scenario. Under Roy Williams, this North Carolina team has been the first seed.
Changes. Virginia currently with its largest cushion, 9. Can Bryce and Flemings get going here for UNCW? They've been the 1-2 punch scoring-wise throughout the season. That's a deep one for Flemings. Rimming. Second team foul on Virginia. Guy on the bench with 1. And the Cavaliers with a 4-2 lead. No foul. It was called clean. Knocked out of bounds. Ingram. Nice slip to the rim. And the finish.
See Player of the Year, the tournament MVP. He's doing it all. And again, they get one at the end of the shot clock. You got to go after Ojale. Boldright, 3. Boldright, Metu. Oh, he put the fake. And a
chance did a good job staying in front of him that time, but the little bit of height advantage that McIntosh had, he needed it there.
Cornette left open for 3, and he buries it. Second 3 today for Luke Cornette. Harden makes them both. 4-point game, 4:06 to go as Doug Collins watches on. Cornette for 3. And McIntosh is there for the rebound.
In a tie game, Greg Gard had Bronson Koenig on the floor for less than 2 minutes.
Yes, and Jenkins, who's 1 of 7, may have made the biggest play of the game so far.
Off the glass with 12 turnovers now. Team fouls, the Badgers 7, Villanova 5.
It's just about what the Badgers turn it over during the course of the game, of the season on average, 11 and a half.
Hart, 2 more.
He's good. He's turned himself instantaneously to go get the rebound, and then he springs into it much quicker than anybody else on that play.
How about this Wisconsin team? Happ is playing with 3 fouls. How about this Villanova team? Josh Hart has 10 in the game. The other 4 starters are a combined 1 of 14. Brunson, 1 of 15. Darrell Reynolds, 2 of 16.
Then the 1 stride in, kept his pivot foot, but said, hey, if I'm going to be straddling the line, I might as well get behind it and shoot it for 3 rather than a long 2.
Only a 30% three-point shooter over the course of the season. There's the
72-68, K-State has the lead. Wake Forest with the ball. Wilbekin on the floor. And going up top for Collins, the catch and the dunk.
You never really get the feeling that anybody out there has to be the leading scorer. Whoever happens to be the leading scorer, they're happy with that. So it's a sign of success.
Nigel Hayes off the glass
as best he can, even if you get a rebound, if you get in trouble.
Here's Koenig.
And the possession arrow is with Villanova, so they can hold on to it if they get a rebound.
Nigel Hayes. Wow. Back off.
He did. It's a smart play. Give up a bucket right there, Vern, because you do not want to take your 3rd foul with 17 minutes plus on the clock. Throws your entire approach mentally off to the second half.
Here's Nigel Hayes. Beautiful.
It's exactly what they did.
65-56 Xavier. 4:20 to play. Winner goes to the second round. Back in. O'Mara. Miss in the first half.
Macura has been quiet here in the first half.
Just 2 points for J.P. Macura in the second half. Trayvon Blewett, 14 points. The rest of the Xavier squad has 9. Largest lead of the night for the Musketeers has been 9. Macura sets it up. Jump shot for Gates. He's got it.
Love to see Markkanen get in that post. He has a size advantage over anyone that checks him, and he can shoot, he can back pivot, he can get space anytime that he wants, and knocks it down.
Makura working on Trier.
Well executed coming out of the locker room, and a breakdown by Xavier there in terms of communication, loosening up on that ball screen or back screen.
38-35 Maryland. Xavier has no points over the final 5.5 minutes of game action.
They have droughts. We see Blewett try and work without the ball.
Good-looking shot.
He does have a propensity for performing in the second half of games.
We are tied at 30. Gates had a pair of three-pointers in this first half. Blewett trying to get on the board, short. Rebound.
Open looks, just haven't been able to convert. It's not an issue with Maryland's alignments. It's more being able to finish. That was a poor shot in terms of selection.
Half-court set here for Xavier. Catch and shoot. Blewett.
It's a point that should be on the board to cut into the deficit, but also Maryland can't set their full-court pressure against a team in Xavier that doesn't have a pure point guard.
7-point lead for Xavier. We approach 5 minutes to play in the second half. Blewett frees himself. It's a three.
And a good substitution because Nicholas has the ability against his zone to make shots, and that's going to stretch the Musketeers, which will open up driving lanes as well.
Xavier is fighting hard here, trying to hang with the 2-seed Arizona. This program's so connected with their coaches. Gates fumbled it, gets a pass to Bernard for 3. Yes, sir.
40 years to start the season, 29 or better. It's not a game right now, and these guys are spreading the floor, knocking it down deep from 3, and if you don't, you're going to get dug inside by Big Karnowski.
Here's Blewett. Xavier would love to see him get going. It's a 12-point Gonzaga lead. Both of these schools have made it to the Elite Eight on 3 occasions. Neither has made it to the Final Four. These basketball programs. And on the take goes the freshman.
Such explosion. He took on 3 defenders, too, going through the rim.
Lewis in tight. Fowler around Davenport.
First real stop and look ahead.
You know, we talked about it earlier, Mike, how hard it is to speed Butler up. They're going to play their pace at their cadence. They're going to execute it. Woodson has been terrific in the first.
Long-range shots, including a 3, sets up his drive, and I think he's got a quickness advantage against Travis. Or either of the bigs inside.
Yeah, I think he does have the foot speed advantage.
Here's Lewis, gets past Roman.
Cook's going. I think he's turned down some shots, and now they're going to some ball screening offense with him and a little short pop. He's open. He's got to be aggressive.
In 9-13, it's going to take a heroic effort.
Well, and maybe if you're going to run a high screen roll and have Cooks and Johnson run it where you have to honor both, and you can either pick and roll or pick and pop.
Game at the end.
Butler led by 12 with 7:18 to go. Since then, Middle Tennessee 9 straight. Travis with the load and he nails it.
Back in this ball game, and get this crowd back on their side.
For the game, Kansas shooting 35%, Oregon shooting 52%. Weaving through traffic, Dorsey.
But think about their second and third best players. Jackson and Graham both have not scored for the Jayhawks.
Oregon has made 6 consecutive shots, approaching 6 to play. Brooks.
And you get, and Kansas, that was a great opportunity, but it's going to be hard to come back, particularly when Oregon has so many shot makers.
10 turnovers for the Ducks, 4 in this second half already.
Brooks feeding. Edgar Williams.
The A-10 as a freshman, and then 17 points per game as a sophomore before that knee injury last season. Final 40 seconds before halftime. This is Bell with Langevin on his back. A hesitation maneuver, and that
Contribution Kansas has needed because they have really started slowly. Vic has been their key guy.
We have seen this all tournament long from the Jayhawks, and Bill said it's been a problem. Ennis spoon feeds Big
himself hyped up. He's knocked down 2 of them.
Everson the first ram in double digits with 10.
What a pass inside.
White in his second year as the head coach of the program, 6th overall, 4 years at Louisiana Tech. A Florida native, he played at Ole Miss. Ball fake, corner, lines up a three, he's got it.
Gathering the 5 on the floor together, giving them a little extra pep talk.
So Lisa, what did you hear, Lisa?
It's interesting that the intangibles.
But the other, the closest player for the other team gets credit for the basket.
The Milwaukee players who had the hot start for Iowa State haven't scored.
Generate offense. Besides his double-double, he is a willing passer, and they'd like to play through him.
The Purdue fans trying to take it over. An 8-2 start. Young.
He can stretch the truth a little.
Yeah, that's what coaches do.
They're setting them up. Nice little slip.
Mathiang, and the basket goes.
It's only a 6-point game despite the back lynch sack.
But Carr, I still think that he has to be a little passive first 8 minutes of the game. He can't pick up that third quickly here, so I would...
Williams still hasn't hit a shot. Potts off the screen from Williams. Dixon attacks. Dixon in the paint. Blue Raiders. Murphy, Lynch, and Curry. All 3 fouls for Minnesota now. Dixon!
He is just not on his game.
Potts gets past Mason. Around Lynch.
For him, nice showing by the freshman in his first NCAA tournament game.
Who Kermit Davis called his toughest player yesterday.
Yep.
5 to shoot. Williams slipping. Draws.
I thought up top, though, Lynn, they grabbed him, but he didn't get the call. You didn't like that hand through the basketball back, huh? Man, come on. You gave me the evil look, man.
The freshman, man. That's what comes down.
Madison from deep. That's good.
Бриско 4 очка набрал в первой половине, 10 во второй.
More points today than he did on Thursday, and Gonzaga already has more first-half points today than they did Thursday against South Dakota State. That's a good-looking play for Northwestern.
They get down by double digits. The belief they have in one another and the system that Andy Enfield puts on the floor, they feel that they can get back into it with that three-point shooting.
Hassani Gravett is on for the Gamecocks. There we are. Yeah.
And we're coming back for 2 more tonight.
2 more tonight in Orlando. Allen's jump shot, no good.
У Оклахома Стейт Cowboys ситуация с составом и с результатами немножко другая. Ковбои имеют 20 побед, 12 поражений. В принципе, опять же, не грандиозный показатель. Да, команды так серьезно могут сегодня, результативность показать. Могут за 80 очков каждый набрать. Лезет Джеффри Кэрролл и 2 броска с линии получит. Против Данкана Робинсона он оформил.
2.03 всего лишь только его рост. Есть в Вичит Стейт баскетболисты повыше, нежели чем Шакил Моррис. 2.03, но при этом у Шакила Морриса увеличить, да, то есть касаясь сажень с плеча, то это значит, что...
That's already the third team foul on Butler. They had 5 in the first half. If they can get into the penalty early, keep an eye on that, they can score at the shot. I don't like that play. 5 seconds left. What Chris Holtman did was a strategic timeout. That one was to save possession. Both teams now down to 2 timeouts for the rest of the game.
Johnson from Ohio takes it. He was feeling that one.
Well, it's a great set off the timeout by Pat Kelly.
Out of 350 in Division I basketball. 65%. Half. Foul by.
And what they have to be careful of with their lack of size is in a zone, you give up offensive rebounding because it's so hard to see where your man and ball is.
Both of these teams had great defensive stands in their Sweet 16 game. As good as can't hit inside.
The ball. And there's Potts is in it all out denial with Tyler Lewis.
You don't want to get beat over the top on this either. There's Martin over the top.
Martin runs it down off the deep hole. Upshaw stops it. Now they're going to back it out.
Yeah, that was, it got away with a little bit of a hop, but that was a smart play.
And they haven't given the foul yet. You got time ticking away, and now finally.
Game, you're trying to get a 5-second call or a steal on the inbound, then a quick trap and a steal. If not, you have to foul as they did there.
As he went to the bench, 2 for 2. Miles has 9. That equals his per-game average. Oh, they go to the other end.
Goaltending.
Goaltending, yes.
Well, an interesting set just then. They go for the home run, and they get it. And that was Vastoria. Nice toss, right on the money. And I'm telling you one thing just then.
Bench.
And Vern, you know, just going to make a quick point with Barry. He fouled Hap the other night at half court, a bad free throw shooter at 57. He just fouled again there. Look at the baseball play.
Notice. Whoa. How about that? Wow.
Just to be